Okay, so I just want to show it. Let's move this because it's probably in the way. What I'm gonna do next. So we have the entire bracket of the gun ready. I just got this bearing from the car shop next to me, Dodge Brother. This is a junk part. It's a wheel hub actually for a Ford. So, and I have the sprocket with a servo, continuous servo, and the bicycle chain. So what we're gonna do is hook up this to that to this, and then the gun will be on it rotating. So I need to make this part fit together with that part. So the idea is that this gonna be sitting on top of that, so it can rotate with the servo with this, and then this is a steering servo for a boat. It's continuous servo, and accidentally it's fit 100% to that. I just need to do like a 3-bolt to secure it, and then it will stand right here. We adjust the height, and then it will rotate with the servo left and right, and then the gun will be sitting this way. So let's start. So I need to put those pieces together. So what I want to do is here there is a bearing, and we have the metal sprocket. So I need to make a plastic adapter between the two, and then I'm gonna have to make a couple holes here to hook it up. So let's start. We're just doing like some measuring. I don't like to do a lot of drawing. I do everything in my head. It's much easier and much faster. Let's see what this thing is. First we're gonna put the caliper. Actually, it's gonna be easier this way. Okay, so the top of this is 66mm.8. So we're gonna give it here. Just so I have a 66.8 mm, and this is gonna be the top here. And then the inside diameter, I don't really care about because the parts will sit only on the lip over here, and it's gonna need to be a little bit thicker. Now let's look here. This is important. We need to measure here two different things. Make sure this is on 0. We have to measure the diameter of the center hole, and this diameter is 23.9. So we're going to draw here another circle and put 23.9. Now what will happen is I'm going to create a part look like this but bigger, that the mushroom head going to hold this hole, and the other parts will sit on top and lock into the bearing. And another thing that I need to measure is this little circle and the distance from here, because this what will help keep it all the time aligned. Let's do that real quick. And if you try to understand what I'm doing, I'm just trying to calculate how to make the plate in a very simple way. So first I'm going to measure the distance that I have from this hole to the first hole over here, and it's giving me 15mm. It's actually 1 centimeter and 5 millimeters. So it's 15. So I'm going to put here the distance is going to be 15.6. And then this is, it's kind of an oval shape, but I can just manage with a circle. It's not really matter. As long as I have the right diameter, I don't need an oval, a circle, just to prevent it from going left and right. And this is going to be 10mm. Okay, so what I got here, I got the outside diameter that I need, and then I'm gonna have the inside to go up to get inside here and inside there. And then what we will do after we set it up and it will sit nice and tight, what we're going to do, we're going to adjust this on top of that, put screws to hook it down, and we're almost done. So this is really quick how the process is going in my head, just so people understand a little bit how I do things. And other thing is to figure out how thick I want the plate to sit here. Right now we said that this was 66, so I'm gonna want it to be at least that size. This is right now it's 80. I'm gonna take it, kind of stretch it all the way to be almost like 100. It's 90 actually. 95 can be enough for this. That's it. Keep following this project. It's going to be an awesome project, and I want you to know how to calculate stuff in your head when you want to design something. If you have any question or comments, write below. This is going to be a long project. It will take a while, and I'm going to put the project step by step. Now I'm going to go design this on the computer. Then we're going to come and drill the holes here to make sure that this will stay on the servo. And then I'm going to show you how everything is working together. So what I'm printing right now going to be the base for the gun. I'm going to show it to you in a second. This will take about 20 hours to print. And this will sit on top of the big bearing and have the sprocket attached to it, and on top of the sprocket we're going to have the gun. Let me show you how it's going to look. Okay, so you're probably hearing in the background the 3D printer making one more of those. This one is actually end up good, but I decided to make it a little bit higher density. When you 3D print, you can have it a certain density, and this one I did on 25% fill up of the space, so it has some holes in it, and I want something stronger. This is plenty strong, but I want strong. So this is the bearing that we're going to use. This is some of the sprockets. So in order to attach this here, it's not going to work. What I did, I make this piece that will sit perfectly here, and it will be very stable. It's not going to follow anything, and it's not going to wobble side to side. On top of it, what I did, I make a circle here and a circle there, the dead center, and we're going to have our sprocket sitting on it. And what will happen now, the sprocket can actually turn with the servo. It's turning actually very easy, so it's not a problem. And I'm just gonna end up putting 2 screws to hold it together, and then on top of it we're gonna have the gun mount, so it's gonna be able to turn and then turn up and down. It's very unstable because I still did not do a base for it. I'm working on the base right now. So this will be one part. Okay, now just how it's gonna look when we are close to have it finished. So here is the magic. You're gonna have this again. This is not set up really in the right height, and the servo is not even holding the sprockets now. I'm just gonna stretch it on my table a little bit just to show more or less how it's gonna look. Okay, this will be here, this will be there. Okay, so this servo gonna turn this wheel while this thing is on the top. So right now it's kind of let's just hold it by hand. It's gonna be about like that way. Just the servo gonna do the work for me, not me turning it by hand. And this is gonna be the top part, and I thought about it a lot. And what I'm going to do is actually make it movable. It's going to be on a small flat piece, so I'm going to be able to move it from vehicle to vehicle, and actually even set it up as his own unit to have kind of portable, radio controlled, kind of 360 degrees paintball gun. So stay tuned. I know this is going to be very long and sometimes even boring, but I'm showing you how to do that and how to use your brain in order to do that. And everything I'm doing right now, I'm 3D printing all those parts myself. I'm using free software that there is online that's called Tinkercad. I go into all the neighbors to get junk part out of them. Those bicycles I got from Joe Bicycle in Granada Hills, the sprockets and the chain, the bearing underneath from Dodge Brothers. Keep taking a lot of stuff that are junk. You know, this gun, I got it actually from a guy on Craigslist, and it was completely broken, and I fixed it. It was just need new O-rings, and it's working perfect. And this will be our big project for the year, so stay tuned. Eric at RC Monster Garage.